In this video, we're going to disassemble the EAI analyzer. But before we begin, let's take a look at the tools that we'll be using here. I have a pair of pliers, a wrench, and a 3/16 socket, wire cutters, tweezers, a screwdriver with a hex bit. A couple of precautions that we must take is we must ensure that we are ourselves working on an ESD protected workbench. Mine here has an ESD mat that is connected to the 120 volt output, or really any 120 volt output that comes out of your wall. I am also grounded, as you can see here. I'm grounded to the same point, and let's begin. All right. So the EAI analyzer. 4 screws here. So as you can see, I've already pre-unscrewed these. This device comes with little feet, as most devices do. And the screwdriver, it will remove these for you. Take these screws off. Fairly simple procedure here. And one of the tools I forgot to mention was I also have a soldering iron that I have set to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. And once you take those screwdrivers, once you take those screws out, this device comes out fairly easily. You'll encounter 2 faceplates. Now this is an 8-channel EAI analyzer, and I'm pretty confident in touching all these electronics right now because, again, I am grounded. Get rid of the front plate there, or the top plate I should say. And now we will begin by removing the shrink tubing around all these electrical connections. Now, I've already started removing the shrink tubing, as you can see here. It's somewhat peeled off, and I did that with these pliers. What I simply do is I get in here and I just rip off that shrink tubing. And I did it for the entirety of this side. I'll work on the other side in this video. What you don't need to do is you don't need to remove the shrink tubing from the comp port, or rather the RS-232 port here, which you can see here. Do not remove the shrink tubing here. Do not remove that shrink tubing. We're going to take this connector out as is, I think. You can definitely remove the shrink tubing from this guy. In fact, you can actually cut these 2 cables. You don't need to desolder this point. We do not use this point. On the other side, we have more BNC connectors and more grounding points, which are all tied together with a large cable, and that's a large wire here. That's this wire here. So we're going to desolder at these points here, and I'll do it in the video so you can see what I'm doing. And the BNC connectors as well. Again, I have not removed the shrink tubing on this one, and I'll show you how I do that here.